What's the matter, Sidney? You look like you've seen a ghost.
In 1996, a new horror icon was born. Director Wes Craven breathing life into the genre. Again, with Scream. With many horror classics such as The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, becoming a franchise has sadly met its demise. With its dark comedy and acknowledging of its characters' mistakes and flaws, those choices get them dead one by one. Scream embraces those cliches in the horror films to come before it. With the cast being well known for their time, Wes Craven guides them to their death. In the later Scream series, it plays it safe, not willing to kill off the rest of the main characters due to their popularity, with one where Andy is the exception. But it throws out the suspense right out the window. The actor who portrays Ghostface, Guy Ehrlich, had a pacemaker in his chest, so whenever Sidney went to stab him with the umbrella, she had to be extra careful not to kill the actor in real life. That would not be good. Right from the start, director Wes Craven knew exactly that he wanted a sequel to the Scream film. Now brings us to our next chapter, Scream 2. Scream 2, because let's face it, these days, you've gotta have a sequel. With a returning cast and new, featuring Timothy Olyphant, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Liev Schreiber. As much as I enjoyed the first Scream, I love the second one just as much. Thanks to Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell. From her past experience, she has gained wit and embodied strength, which is displayed brilliantly here in her performance. What stands out to me is the scene where she mentions to her drama teacher that she's a fighter. It's one of the best scenes in the film. The opening scene of the first Scream is amazing and terrifying. Being home alone, but getting your throat cut just as easily in the open is just as terrifying that we see in the theater. I adore the ending climax of how it reflects to Friday the 13th, when Jason's mother is revealed to be the killer, Pamela Voorhees. In Scream 2, they definitely up the suspense in the kills, which is to be expected because it's one of the rules. Carnage candy.
It's time you came to terms with me and with Mother. Maybe you never knew her at all, Sidney. Maybe you just can't get past the surface of things.
Who the hell are you?
The other half of you.
Scream 3, known to be the flop, the problem with the trilogy. The terrible cast and the horrible bangs of Courtney Cox. Fuck Parker Posey and Jenny McCarthy. It's not as bad as some sequels, at least it's not Ghostface in space. There is some fun to be had here, with Sidney Prescott returning and Neve Campbell's performance. But Ghostface coming after the actor seems to be pretty lame to me. And the thrill at the end with her half-brother being the killer. It's a nice little nod to Halloween 2, when Laurie Strode finds out that her brother is in fact Michael Myers. And yes, that is Carrie Fisher. Hello, girl. As many of you know, the writer Kevin Williamson didn't come for this film, which it really shows. And it's kind of sad because I sound like an idiot. This was supposed to be the final act of the Scream trilogy, yet it's very underwhelming. But without it, we never would have gotten Scream 4.
This is Rebecca.
Sidney Prescott, please.
I'm handling Miss Prescott's calls and appearances. May I take a message?
You are the message.
So we're back again a decade later with the same cast as Sydney returns to her hometown Woodsboro for a book tour. Many are aware of her arrival, as it sparks a new Ghostface interest. Dewey, the dumb fuck, is now the sheriff of Woodsboro. How, I do not know. And Gail Weathers is stuck in a rut on what to do with her life. With Kevin Williamson returning and Wes Craven at the helm, everything is back in order. However, there is a tad more comedy for my liking, particularly during the death scenes. But as the audiences want more gore, this is one of the bloodiest sequels in this franchise. It was a bloody good time, other than sucky time in the first fucking minute. But it's an easy paycheck, so I'm aboard. That's me in the back about to give Courtney Cox another facelift with my knife. I didn't care for the reveal of the killer once again being a relative of Sidney Prescott. It was a tad redundant. The killer could have easily have been Kirby, Hayden Panettiere, but the film was good enough to say that it ended on a happy note. That's my Scream franchise review. I hope you enjoyed it and come back for more. Please subscribe. What's your favorite scary movie?